Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about intermittent fasting, and I recently found out about intermittent fasting by mistake actually. I had to get some blood work done, and so I needed to be fasting for like 12 hours before my blood work. And then after I got my blood work, I was like, I'm not really feeling that hungry yet, so I just kind of kept not eating for another couple of hours until I actually got hungry. I talked to a friend of mine about this, and a friend of mine told me like, yeah, that's what I do every day. I do intermittent fasting. And so I was like, wait, what is that? It sounded really, really interesting. And obviously I could have done it. I did it by mistake, and so it really isn't that difficult. And I kind of found out about it, and I absolutely love it. So while I talk a little bit about intermittent fasting, I'll be right up here. And in the meantime, there'll be a video of my recent back workout. And so this back workout is a killer back workout. It's kind of what I stick to with most of my back workouts, but I figured I'd make it a little bit more interesting by talking instead of just playing music and letting you guys watch me work out. Awesome. So what is intermittent fasting? Basically, the name kind of suggests and tells you what the thing is. You fast intermittently. So how it works, there are several different types, but I'll talk to you guys about the type that I do. So what I do is I basically eat throughout the day, and then I fast for 14 hours. So how does that really work? So say I'll eat a meal at like 8 p.m. That'll be my dinner. That'll be my last meal for the day. And then I basically don't eat anything. I only drink water or lemon water for about 14 hours. So until 10 a.m. the next day. Now, obviously, if I can go longer and I'm not like starving for breakfast, then I just go a little bit longer, because most people can do it for 14 hours to 16 hours. Some of the really like hardcore people can do it for 18 hours. I have not built up that stamina yet. And so there are a lot of health benefits to doing this, which I'll discuss in a separate video, because there are a ton of scientific articles that show how effective this is and how it can even lead to a longer life, a healthier lifestyle. But to be honest, the only reason I do it is because I like to eat a ton at night. Like at night, that's when I want to consume most of my food. And I've noticed that if I space it out throughout the day, so if I eat breakfast and then lunch and then dinner, I have a ton of snacks in between. And not only that, I just eat a lot of my calories earlier in the morning, and then at night all I have left is protein. And it's like, I don't want to eat 7 chicken breasts at night. That doesn't appeal to me. I found out that it's much easier for me to just kind of fast until 10 or 11 a.m. since I wake up at 8 a.m. anyway, and I'm rushing to class or rushing to work or whatever. And so I just fast until 10 or 11 a.m. and all the way to 8 p.m. I just eat normal. The point with intermittent fasting is not to limit the amount of calories that you intake. It's just to intake those calories and have your meals in smaller time periods. Instead of spacing it out between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is a 12-hour period, you're actually spacing it out in like an 8-hour period. And so you technically, it seems that you can eat more in a shorter amount of time. And that's kind of what I do. So I like to eat most of my calories, especially my carbs, for lunch or for dinner. Like I'll have sushi for dinner, or I'll have pizza for dinner, and it still fits my macros. So my macros from what I normally eat haven't changed at all. My macros are exactly the same. I just make sure to consume them later on in the day so that I feel more full and I feel more satisfied. So that's why I do intermittent fasting, so that I can eat a lot more later on in the day and feel like I'm maximizing each of my meals instead of like slimming them down and spacing them out apart. It also makes it easier for me to plan my day, because if I don't have to figure out what I'm doing for breakfast or what I'm doing for like a snack between breakfast and lunch, then that's something I don't really have to care about. Honestly, when I first started it, like I said, it was a mistake. That first day I didn't really feel like the need to eat that much, but a couple of days later, I remember like on my 3rd or 4th day, I remember waking up one day and I was like really, really hungry, and I just ate. So it's like, if I'm starving, I'm not going to tell my body like, no, you have to fast for another 7 hours. Like, if you're hungry, then freaking eat. But I've noticed that over time, as I do intermittent fasting and as I get used to it, I don't get as hungry throughout the day, and like I can go on for longer periods of time. Tying into the fact that I get to eat all my macros and I don't have to really limit myself is that intermittent fasting is absolutely not a diet. This is not one of those fad diets that you do for like 3 months just to lose a ton of weight. Even though with intermittent fasting, you will notice that you do lose weight, and it's a great way to maintain muscle mass while losing weight. But again, that's something I'll discuss in another video. Stick with it and you'll notice that you really, really enjoy it. And again, I'm going to emphasize, you don't cut calories. That's what's so good about intermittent fasting. You don't need to limit the amount of calories that you intake. You still consume, I consume 2,200 calories a day, and I eat all my macros and all my carbs and all my fats. You don't need to cut any of that out. You just consume it in smaller periods of time. So like I said, I fast for 14 to 16 hours. Sometimes I can go more, but usually that's my time frame. Notice that I have more energy energy throughout the day. I'm not that hungry, and I don't feel as snacky at night. Like, I don't feel like, oh my god, I need to have this bag of potato chips because I just downed like 2 slices of pizza. So my cheat meal kind of feels like it's going on every single day. Obviously, don't binge eat on like cookies and candy and waste all your macros on that just because you're intermittent fasting. You still get to get bigger meals, and I personally really enjoyed it. So I have a video planned to talk all about intermittent fasting and show you guys all the scientific data that's backing up how healthy intermittent fasting is and how beneficial it is, but that will be in a totally separate video. For right now, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the intermittent fasting, and we will go back to the back workout. So one of the things I really like about this gym is that they have this like weight training room that's separate from the rest of the gym. So as you can tell, I got all this beauty to myself. The downside of that though is that this place has no AC, no air, so makes it a little bit difficult to breathe. Helps you break a sweat, so that's a little added benefit, but so hot in here. Alright guys, that was the workout. I hope you enjoyed it. That was half an hour for me, and my back is absolutely shredded at this point. I did 4 sets of each exercise. I aimed for 8 to 10 reps with as much weight as I can handle. Obviously, if you guys can't do the weight that you see in my video, go lower, don't hurt yourself, be safe when you exercise. That's going to be all for me this week. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and as always, if you like the channel, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you all next week.